Hey everybody, what's up? Just so you know, a new studio is opening and a new IP that's unannounced for PlayStation is happening as well. Stadia Games have started defecting to the PlayStation brand, and the Bandicoot's finally done crashing everyone's upgrades. We hope you're ready for Crossroads because we are coming direct to you right now. You hear all those PlayStation puns I just put in there? All of them? All of them?
All of them.
That was wonderful, LeRon. I hope that you never do that again.
Oh, God. Welcome to Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am one of your hosts, LeRon Dawkins, and the stationaries are back at my side again with a special guest tonight. He kind of insinuated himself into our fold tonight, but you know, everyone's pressing that share button right beside me. So, hey, Typo Queen Nellie. Hey there.
We got Oreos back.
In the house of them Oreos, and the PlayStation Doctor, Austin. What's
That's
good, man?
Right.
What's
I
good?
don't have any of the. I don't have the Vita or the controller next to me. I got nothing. I got this mouse. Just PlayStation mouse.
Austin's PC gamer now.
And and making the rounds through the shows tonight is the wonderful boss man Corey Dierig. Welcome back to Crossroads, man. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, even though I don't own a PlayStation currently at this moment. It's okay.
I
enjoy the PS crew. I don't know.
You should talk to one of the.
I'm just staring at Nellie's Oreos and being like, man, I wish I just had a huge sleeve of Oreos that I could be eating.
How about a giant container full of Hershey's like assorted chocolates?
No.
I like Oreos.
Not good enough.
Oreos, dude. Come on.
I had to chill with the Oreos. I've been on an Oreo thing since Nick was here, so I have to chill now.
We blame Nick. We still got to send him his care package.
We can't all wear shirts without sleeves around. We need comfort. My comfort is 2 chocolate cookies with nice sweet white cream in the middle, okay? And that would be the Oreo, okay?
You just made that sound nasty.
It could sound nasty if you want.
How's everybody's week going so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but how's everybody doing?
It's only Tuesday, LeRon. That is correct. That is how my week is going.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I woke up yesterday feeling like, all right, it's a brand new week. We'll get through it quick. And then woke up today and was like, oh, it's only Tuesday. How's it not Thursday or Friday already? Why?
Yeah. And since my work schedule's changed, it like every day feels like 2 days.
Oh, jeez.
I get up for work at 5 a.m., but I'm home at 3 or 3:30. So I have the rest of my day, but it just feels like 2 days every day.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't end.
Well, I'm suffering from daylight savings jet lag, as usual. It doesn't matter if it falls back or springs forward. Like, I'm always screwed. Like, the timing equilibrium is just jacked up for me.
I wish that was my only problem.
Timing is always a problem.
I have to put together a bunch of baby stuff. I have to cry a little bit.
You haven't assembled the crib yet?
It's assembled.
Uh-huh.
I think we had some screws left over, but that's normal, right? That's fine. Safe.
Have you put your 2-year-old daughter in the crib to make sure it'll hold up?
It is her old crib, so we just put it together and it's fine now.
Okay.
It works. So that's there's a baby swing in my office right now, so that's cool.
Okay. Well, y'all ready to start the show?
Did we not start yet? I thought
no. I mean, like officially. Get into the show. Oh yeah. God! See, I knew it was gonna be something when he said, "Hey, I'm gonna be on Crossroads Tuesday night."
Dude, I'm trying to make the rounds on all the shows before I take a break because when that baby comes, it's gonna be a break.
Yeah, that's all right. So you guys get ready for 3 weeks of standard definition with Exodus 803.
Oh God. It's gonna be you, Josh, and Joe. I don't know.
Oh, hilarity will ensue.
I want to know, but I also don't know if I want to know. guess you'll just have to listen and find out.
I want one episode devoted to peanut butter while Corey's gone. Just one episode, just straight on peanut butter.
That sounds like a plan.
I want you guys to rate all the foods that I don't like a top 10 list of foods that I don't like. But
okay.
Based on how much you guys like them.
Uh-huh.
There it is. That sounds like a terrible idea.
This is episode 28 of Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together with our friends from around the internet to bring the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is live on twitch.tv/Exodus803, Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are glad you are here and a part of the conversation tonight. Take a moment, please, and give us a follow at PS_Crossroads on Twitter. You can make us feel really special and subscribe to our podcast show. And also share, rate, and review us wherever you checked out the show at. You can find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast apps, as well as YouTube and our website every Thursday. If you're unable to join us live, make sure to head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames or any of your favorite podcast services every Thursday to listen, like I said earlier. Don't forget to check out our growing family of podcast shows available on bossrushgames.com. And I need to make sure to mention that, hey, like we're adding more and more content creators, podcasters, and other streaming experts. So check out bossrushgames.com. Check out our second class of content creators and get familiarized with everybody that we have on the crew because we are growing. All right, guys. So, you know what it is. You know what it is? Psst. What's on that PlayStation, y'all?
Oh boy. I made breakfast tacos tonight. Those were good.
Okay, so real quick, what was everybody's dinner before we get into the specific topic of PlayStation tonight?
I had chicken stir fry. It was good. It's good stuff. It was even better because I didn't cook it.
Corey's gonna scoff at me because this is not his Earl of sandwich, but I had the cheddar brisket sub from Firehouse Subs tonight for dinner. I know, man. I've already shamed the house. I can tell.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nellie, what'd you have for dinner tonight?
She's muted.
She's muted.
Sorry. I didn't want to crush into everybody's ear. I had curry chicken.
Curry chicken. Nice. Nice Thai curry or Indian curry or Indonesian Jamaican curry. Oh man. What level of hot?
It's actually mild.
Okay.
Because I don't.
Oh, you can't handle spicy food. Oh, okay. Not a problem. But now for our featured PlayStation topic. It is all about cake. Uh-oh, I lost my feed.
My Uh-oh. Can't see LeRon.
Nah, my fancy camera just went out on stream. Okay.
Oh. Dan's talking crap in the chat, by the way.
Oh yeah, I see him. He's
LeRon's having all kinds of performance issues tonight, guys.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Why y'all doing that? I'm decoding them.
Yes. All right, guys. So anyway, it's all about cake. So yeah. We're all some fat kids. We know how it is. You know, fat kids can't resist cake. So here goes. Here are our three questions for you. What's your favorite cake or type of cake? The favorite feature about the cake. So, you know, like, what's the one thing that you it just makes the cake? You know what? I'm ignoring Dan. Pal Blocks Dan Murphy is in our chat right now, and he is causing all sorts of chaos, and I'm just going to ignore him. This is awesome. And then the final one is, what cake do you always want to have on your birthday? So, favorite cake or type of cake, favorite feature of the cake, and what cake do you always want on your birthday? So since Corey is the guest tonight,
Oh,
get
gosh.
started, bro.
I enjoy a good chocolate cake with some buttercream. Buttercream? That's the good icing, right? That's like the real sugary, probably die if you ate too much of it. Yeah.
I know how to make buttercream.
That. But she's eating man, I knew I liked Nellie for a reason. She's eating Oreos, she's got the buttercream icing, she's just
Now, here's a question for you.
Oreo, please sponsor our podcast.
Right? Now, here's the question for you because buttercream frosting is the shit. It is. But I've noticed sometimes people go more heavy on the butter than they do on the sugar. There's not no butter to sugar balance. So, where are you at on this? Where are you at on this? Do you like having just some taste of butter? Do you like having all the taste of butter? Do you like having?
I like to eat the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the sugar, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's where I'm at. But I'm going to throw a curveball at you. The cake that I want on my birthday every year is the cookie cake.
The cookie cake.
Yes.
Yes.
There's just a giant chocolate chip cookie with a bunch of that icing on it. You can say happy birthday. You can say, I don't know, F you. I don't care what it says. But I will eat it.
I just caught that.
So, I'm trying to keep it clean, kids.
All right,
my kid is still kind of awake, and she can probably kind of hear me, and she repeats things because she's 2.5, and she thinks it's funny.
Okay, so that was. So what was that? What was that first cake again?
Just like a chocolate cake.
Just a chocolate with buttercream frosting.
I'm a simple man, LeRon.
Okay, all right. Hey, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. All right, Nellie. What's your favorite? What is your favorite cake or type of cake?
I actually like the tres leche cake.
Oh, the tres leche. Okay, the tres leche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
fancy.
It's really not.
It's really not, but I enjoy it a lot.
No, it has a name you can't pronounce. It's fancy.
Yeah. So that's my go-to, or I just like a plain vanilla cake.
No, all I have is that song in my head. I'm so fancy.
So a tres leches and a traditional vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Austin.
I'm not a huge cake person. But the cake that I will get into is the pink cake, the strawberry cake that you just buy in the box. That's with the pink frosting and everything. I love that stuff. I would eat like if I asked my mom, that's what I wanted, for my birthday. She'd make like 12 of those cupcakes, and I'd eat all of them in the same night. I wouldn't even care because if I did it, my brothers would eat them all. So that or a 7-Up cake.
Ooh, yeah.
Or the pineapple upside down cake.
All right.
Yeah, those. I don't like cake, like birthday cake at all. Like I won't even eat it if it's at a birthday party. I'm just like, no. But if it's any of those three, those are the three I'll go for.
Okay. All right, so we got the strawberry cake. You're talking about the strawberry cake that has that like really like it's kind of like almost an airy frosting, right? But it's not like an actual strawberry shortcake cake, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's another strawberry shortcake is also, but that's in a different league in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is a whole different. But it's like the Pillsbury. You just buy it by the box kind of thing. So that's the go-to.
And the 7-Up. Okay. All right. So me, I love a good like lemon cake. As a matter of fact, like a lemon pound cake. But if you want to put the frosting on it, it's got to be some really good buttercream frosting on it. I am also a nut for a good German chocolate cake. That's like my favorite thing, and I can't. But the only thing I have though is like with German chocolate cake, like don't have that really like drippy frosting or icing or whatnot, it's got to be a little semi-solid. And my mom does it in a way that actually feels like more traditional cake frosting than just a German chocolate frosting. And that's my thing. And am I gonna be that weirdo? And
Yes.
Am I gonna be the weirdo and be the only one to admit that I love carrot cake?
Yes.
Oh, see, I've never had carrot cake, but I've had like carrot bread, and I like it. It's fine.
Well,
I didn't know if carrot cake's the same thing.
Well, the thing that makes a really good carrot cake for me is the frosting. And that's really what it is, because some people mess around and they really screw up and they make it like really heavy, and so it winds up having like this like almost like a heavy dough consistency, and that's not how you do it. Carrot cake is offensive. I knew Dan was going to go there.
Hold on. Is carrot involved in the frosting?
Not in the frosting. No, not in the frosting.
Fair.
So you're telling me the best part about carrot cake is the frosting, which has nothing to do with carrots.
Yeah.
You could just put that on a different cake.
Yeah.
You could take a German chocolate cake and put the
carrot cake frosting on it.
That's both worlds.
Yeah.
What's Dan's favorite cake? Okay.
Yeah, Dan in the chat right now. What is your favorite cake?
He said German chocolate though.
Oh, he did say German chocolate. He did. Yeah. And Dan and I agree on that. And then he's turning around and like carrot cake is. What is so offensive about carrot cake though? I need to know, because carrot cake is not bad. Carrot cake is not bad at all. I put it like this: carrot cake is on a different level, on a higher level than red velvet. Because all red velvet is just a chocolate cake. All red velvet is a chocolate cake with red food coloring.
I don't like red velvet.
I don't know how I feel about that one. You just lost 5 cool points too.
Wait, what?
Oh.
You know what? Screw y'all. What's your favorite feature of the cake? Mine's the frosting. What's your favorite feature of the cake?
It's the frosting. Who eats cake for the cake?
Yeah, Dan's in the chat. His favorite feature of the cake is probably the hole.
I mean, isn't he originally from? He lives in Washington now, right? Like, isn't he originally from Boston? Aren't you originally from Boston or something?
He lives in Maryland. Like, as a matter of fact, we're supposed to be hanging out and doing lunch one day because he's supposed to be getting down my way. And I don't know, man. Looks like
not after this conversation.
You gotta take him to a bakery and get a couple of slices of carrot cake.
Make it extra carrot.
Oh my God.
My favorite feature of the cake is hopefully the ice cream that's coming with it, because that's what I want. Is the ice cream.
See, I'm not a huge ice cream guy.
Oh, I love ice cream. We talked about this too.
Yeah.
So
I'm not as much of an ice cream fan now because I can't eat my favorite ice cream. That's the sad part.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Hell yeah, we're going. Wait. Hell yeah, we're going on a cake date, Dan. But wait a second.
He's gonna take you to Dunkin' Donuts and make you buy a little munchkin.
I like munchkins, especially the chocolate munchkins. But anyway.
Oh man, who let me on this show tonight? LeRon, this is your fault.
Hey. Oh, you got blamed, and I asked him to come on too.
I just thought about a different kind of cake.
What's that?
I don't know if these count. The cake donuts.
That's a completely different.
If we want to talk about donuts, by the way,
it's a long john.
What?
No,
it's a long john.
We're back on this again.
Dude, that was like the most interactive tweet we've ever had.
I know.
Ever. History of anything.
Do we want to?
Hilarious.
Worked so hard to talk about video games, and then one tweet about a donut gets the most traction. It's like that. It's like that one housewife who takes videos of her cat and posts them on YouTube one time and becomes a millionaire. And like, we put hours and days and weeks of work into this stuff, and it's just like, meh. Anyways, I'm not salty.
Wait. So what is it? Because I would have looked at it and called it an eclair.
It's a chocolate cream stick.
Okay, I've never heard of that one.
No, apparently only people that live in northern Ohio call it chocolate cream stick.
Okay.
I learned that recently.
Okay.
It made me upset because it's like a donut with chocolate icing and it has cream in the middle. What else do you call it?
Okay. Chocolate cream stick. Okay, I get it.
There's nothing to get. That's what it is.
I get it. It's called Long Johns or pants you wear underpants.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I've never called it Long John. I call it an eclair. It's a northeastern thing.
Eclair has the cream. Eclair has the cream, but if it does not have the cream, it's a Long John.
No.
So is that the difference? Is that the difference? Like if there's cream in the center, it's called a Long John.
Why are they?
No.
There's cream in the center.
Okay,
there's no
the
cream in
Oreo.
the center.
Because the reason
what?
why
Nobody
is because I
Oreos.
hate the cream in the donuts. Be like, no. So I'll be like, is that a Long John?
See,
Please
that
tell
started-
me there's no cream in here.
That started
No cream.
another battle too because I shared like 7 donuts. I like how we went from cake to donuts,
Yeah.
but hey, it's funny because I almost ran the Krispy Kreme today and bought a dozen of donuts. But anyway, but then I put up something on my social media, and it had 7 different types of donuts or pastries and everything, and they're like, which one do you eat first? And most of my crowd said the apple fritter. But then we had certain suspected individuals from Power Block talking about they'd be doing the Boston cream, and I was like, oh, the Boston cream, like no, no.
Now,
I wonder who that was.
I lost a lot of respect for Dan saying bringing in cake pops in here. Cake pops is just Starbucks' way of saying, hey, do you want cake on a stick that doesn't taste good? Here it is.
No. You make your own cake pops, and which my cake pops are the bomb.
I'll
well.
take LeRon's cake pops, but Starbucks is like, oh, everybody, you gotta have this cake pops. Starbucks. I'm like, this stuff is gross. I don't even like cake, but this tastes like cardboard.
All right. So we're doing a food potluck tour then. There we go.
I already told y'all. Come to my house. Like I'll make sure y'all have a good dinner. I can't guarantee you dessert because I kind of suck at like baking. But like I got you in like the normal food business. I think cake pops from Starbucks.
I used to eat them. So.
Okay, I gotta make that clear. I gotta make that clear that the Starbucks cake pops, I'm like, this is the nastiest thing I've ever had. Why would anyone want these?
I think of all the time I've gone to Starbucks, I've maybe had the cake pop like twice from them, and it was and twice explains to you how many times how good they are because I used to live in Starbucks. Now their lemon icing cake slices, yes.
No.
I had those.
No?
No.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
no lemon.
Oh my god. So cake was
which is weird because I do like lemon cake, but I didn't like Starbucks.
Oh, let me ask you this: for you and Dan, do you put coconut on the German chocolate cake?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
If it's not already inside the icing, yeah, it gets sprinkled on. Like I've taken people's German chocolate cake home that they didn't have any type of coconut on it, and I put my own coconut on it before I actually ate the slice.
Wow.
Before I ate the slice of the cake. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. What's the one cake that you always want to have on your birthday?
Cookie cake.
Cookie cake.
That's what I
Okay.
want.
All right.
With the FU on it.
Yeah.
Nellie wants the Oreo cake, right?
I take the Oreo cake, yes.
Austin?
I'm gonna throw a curveball in here and say cheesecake. I'll take
Oh.
cheesecake. That's
See, like you get some of those food people in there. First thing they're gonna say is that's a pie. That's not a cake. Me, that's cake though, because it has the word cake in the name, so it's, it's cake for me.
They want to call it cheese pie, they could do that, but then you got
cheese pie doesn't sound right
on apple pie.
cheese pie doesn't sound right. It sounds cheese pie sounds like a quiche.
Hey, quiche is good, man.
Quiche is good, yeah. Trust me, I'm not trash talking quiche at all. I'm not.
Oh no.
My mom makes quiche all the time and it's delicious.
Quiche is good.
Just throwing that out there. Quiche. Quiche is amazing. Put some eggs, you top it off with a little salt and pepper, maybe throw a little bit of ham and peppers in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns with the German chocolate cake, even though I don't always get it for my birthday. But usually I just default to a good lemon cake. All right. So, all right, chat. You guys have heard how we feel about cake. Obviously, there's some drama going on in the chat right now behind it. So you guys hit us up over on our social media at @PS_Crossroads. Let us know what your favorite cake is. Favorite type, favorite feature of the cake, and what you always want to have on your birthday. And if you guys
to Cake by Rihanna.
If you guys want to attack Dan Murphy from Pal Block, I'll give you his deets later so you can slide to his DMs.
Yep.
All right. Here's some places. What'd you say, Nellie?
I said you in trouble, Dan.
He was in trouble last week when he started talking bad about Werther's Originals. I put him on the same level as Dots. I was like, no.
Dots are gross.
Dude, Dots are...
Dude, Ed started talking about eating Dots during work, and I'm like, who... Out of all the... He works at Walgreens. There's aisles and aisles and aisles of better candy than that. Like, he takes Dots? Ed... I love you, but you have really terrible tastes in treats. Okay,
that's is the Halloween candy that's getting your house TP'd at the end of the night.
Remember how him and our illustrious host from 1v1 was talking about they can't wait for Halloween for the candy corn.
I know, gosh. Yeah, Celeste's unhealthy obsession with candy corn is worrying.
I can't.
I'm like, man, I'm like, candy corn tastes like freaking burnt sugar that they saved before it actually turned colors.
Okay.
All right, guys. On to the next segment. Here are some PlayStation blurbs that the Crossroads crew thought you might be interested in. All right, first up, Crash Bandicoot 4 for the PS5 update was all the launch issues have been fixed. If you don't know what's going on with that, basically, if you attempted to get the PS5 upgrade to Crash Bandicoot, you couldn't get it. Like, it was basically denied, crashing your system. No. Yeah. But you know what? Don't fret. If you've been unsuccessful in your attempt to upgrade to the PS5 version of Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. Well, it's about that time to try once more. Activision reports the issue has been resolved and you are now free to spin up your copy of the game on your PlayStation 5. Activision thanked everyone for their patience and asked gamers to reach out if they're still having troubles. All right, next up, Watch Dogs Legion's yet to be released PS5 PS4 update will add crossplay someday. Anyone that's been playing Watch Dogs Legion is sure to have been disappointed to learn that the title's new online mode lacks crossplay, even cross-generational play. Ubisoft has released a statement via social media saying that while currently not available for Watch Dogs Legion online mode, the development team is working on adding crossplay and cross-generation play to the game with a later update. Let's hope Ubisoft can deliver soon, considering crossplay is like the most wanted feature in this new generation of gaming. You know, it sucks. It sucks because I swear, like, you know, like companies like Ubisoft, I feel like they're always kind of behind the curve on a lot of things. So yeah,
they make choices in different spots that are weird, but also some that are pretty great, right? Like. I don't know. I feel like For Honor is like one of those weird multiplayer things that they tried and is like it's weird, but it has such a dedicated community that it's been going on as long as Rainbow Six Siege at this point almost. So it's weird.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, man. That's a. Go ahead, Austin. Sorry.
I was gonna say, does someday mean like the same someday that
Beyond Good and Evil
2 comes out?
Yeah.
Like, is it that someday?
It's actually a crossover event that will never happen.
All right. Our next news blurb. Blizzard might be developing an unannounced AAA multiplayer game. I feel like we could have almost put this into rumor control tonight, but yeah. A recent job listings at the acclaimed developer Blizzard suggest that the company is working on an unannounced AAA multiplayer game. The listings call for an associate combat designer, a senior environmental artist, and a senior systems designer, among other things. Blizzard senior artist Dan John Cox made mention over social media of it, which basically cements the fact that Blizzard means business about this. You know what? Real fast rumor control. What do you guys think? What do you guys think it might be?
I don't know. Do they need one? I mean, they have Overwatch. They have Overwatch. They
have Overwatch. They have Diablo 4 whenever they feel like bringing that out.
They have World of Warcraft PvP, right? Like that still has PvP in it, right? It's StarCraft, guys.
Well, I don't know if that's
StarCraft 3.
StarCraft. I was gonna say, hopefully, it's just Overwatch 2. Like, there's more people working on Overwatch 2, and it's so different. There's so many different maps that they confused it with another game.
What game am I working on? What is this? Oh. Overwatch. Never heard of it. Must be a new IP, guys. Don't know why there's a 2 attached to it, but here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Blizzard's so like I feel like everything and everybody liked about Blizzard that Blizzard's gone, right? And this is all just like new people trying to try new things, and I don't know. I feel like Activision is putting more squeeze on Blizzard than they used to, and I think that's because all the old guard left to form their own studio, right? So I don't know. I think Overwatch is their cash cow at this point. That and World of Warcraft. I don't know why they would go off and try to do another multiplayer centric game, but
do you think this is their answer for Destiny? Do you think they're gonna dip their hand in this?
I don't know, because I kind of feel like World of Warcraft is that already, right? Man, I don't know. I don't know what the fan base is like for World of Warcraft these days. I don't know if it's still as big, if it's kind of died off, if there's just a dedicated fan base. I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, even if they lost like half their subscribers over the last 10 years, there's still like 10 million subscribers still. So I don't know. I feel like the MMO right now is Final Fantasy 14 at this point, right? I feel like that's the one everybody's kind of leaning towards, right?
Yeah.
So, which I would really like to play someday. Hopefully it comes to Xbox at some point, because my future does not see a PlayStation 5, even if I had the money for it.
Oh man, I got this close to being able to buy one today, because I was trying to get another one. I got in the queue today, and so I'm trying to get it for other people. And I used my account, and they said, you already purchased one. I was like, no, I didn't. LeRon purchased it. But I guess since my PS5 was hooked up to my account, so I called my friend immediately. I was like, hey, give me your information now so I can try to I'll use your login. And by the time I did it, it was already sold out. But I had it in the cart. It was there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I did that. Like I bought one for a family friend through my account, and I tried to do it again for another friend, and it said, you already purchased one. I'm like, really, man? Come on.
So now I'm going to have to make a fake account.
I know.
A few fake accounts now.
I know. LeRon paused. Are we still live?
I hope maybe.
Hello.
I think
Hello, Dark Void. What a terrible game that was.
LeRon's been really busy with his OnlyFans subscriptions.
I know.
He's got to run out.
Look,
He's
your
a busy
premium
dude.
pics are full. You need to clear your camera, LeRon.
Yeah. It's probably
Switch the
why he couldn't
SD
get the
card.
stream going.
You buy all this tech and you only have one SD card, LeRon? Come on.
Corey, me
Now
and
he's
Evan were
muted.
talking
Now his,
about
now
it.
his, now his
I think he's
microphone.
muted.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's back.
He's muted.
Is he alive?
LeRon is muted. Guys,
I accidentally touched my microphone, so it muted itself.
Jeez, LeRon.
So much going on here, I swear. It's almost like I need a second computer and a production guy behind me or something now to keep all this stuff straight.
that's what I do, minus the production guy. I just have a second and a third computer to do the other work. That's why I was trying to get Microsoft to send me a Surface tablet today so I could edit thumbnails while I was working on stuff. Come on, Microsoft. I know it's a PlayStation show and you're probably not listening, but come on.
Hey, they probably are listening. All right.
Oh, if
All
y'all
right.
listen, I do love Xbox, so we're not even about to lie like that. I am a gamer.
I've got two.
My birthday just passed.
All right, next blurb. Immortals Phoenix Rising Myths of the Eastern Realm expansion launches on March the 25th, and the Prime Request is out now. All right, so guys, here goes. Immortals Phoenix Rising is expanding very soon with the launch of the game's second DLC pack. Initially, 3 have been planned for this game so far, so this is the second of 3. So who knows? We might be hitting end of life for Immortals Phoenix Rising soon, But it's called Myths of the Eastern Realm. The expansion launches on the 25th of March and adds a new open world. They put that in quotes, a new open world with more characters and story elements inspired by Chinese mythology and a new hero named Ku. Ku, spelled Ku. Myths of the Eastern Realm will be available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, as well as Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. It's also coming to Google Stadia and Amazon Luna streaming platforms.
This
A new
this
hero?
DLC actually has me more excited about this game. Just the idea of all these different mythologies crossing over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kinda like,
like,
it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but instead of a new game every time, you just buy the expansion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why isn't Assassin's Creed already just that?
I'm just gonna wait for the Game of the Year version to come out so I can get all this DLC. Wait, isn't it? Is free DLC for this game? Is it? Is that what's happening?
No, there's the season pass was $50.
The season's pass is $50.
Yeah, because there's 3 expansions.
So $120 for this game total.
Yeah, that's every Ubisoft game. Have you never looked on a store and looked at Ubisoft game before?
They always have like the gold version and the
Yeah.
platinum version or whatever.
Super
You know what?
Ubisoft.
Yeah, you know what? You're right because I actually got the Far Cry 5 Complete Edition, but I bought that on like a bundle sale, so I only spent like $40 for it, and I got everything, including the expansion with the two sisters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they did Watch Dogs like that too. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
So
Yeah, I got the complete
So-
edition of Watch Dogs 2 for like $7.
yeah,
Ooh.
so they're doing Chinese mythology on this one. Do you think they'll do 2 different types of mythologies after that? Will they have Egyptian mythology? Hopefully.
Oh, Egyptian might be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I doubt they're going to do Norse because that's a little too on the nose right now with Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine
they did
if,
Greek with Odyssey, right? This one's Greek, right?
Yeah.
And Odyssey's all Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Kratos showing up?
Be awesome.
Just like crossover.
Be like, boy,
That will just cement the fact that I think Sony is buying Ubisoft anyway.
That'd be
That'd be
insane.
bonkers. That'd be bonkers. But maybe Sony would actually get them to like actually release IPs, at a certain time,
Listen, we have Sony has no problem putting a game out with no marketing when they don't believe in a game, and they'll put it out Beyond Good and Evil 2. We're just like, oh yeah, it's out. You can play it if you want.
Oh yeah, we have this big press conference today. We're not mentioning anything about it, but we'll make a PlayStation blog post or a tweet about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like what was the game last year or 2 years ago or whatever, Concrete Genie, where like they had like
Yeah.
this big huge state of
Yeah.
play or
Mhm.
something, and then they're just
Yeah.
like, oh, Concrete
Dude.
Genie's out.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. You can download it if you want.
Technically
We're just gonna
first
put it on
party.
PS Plus in a few months.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
Which I
All
got,
right.
and I haven't opened it yet. But
All right, next up, Masami Yamamoto leaves Sony. External production director and executive producer Masami Yamamoto has left Sony after 25 years with the company. It's no surprise given the effective closure of Japan studio. Everybody's sad about that. Trust me. The veteran has worked on titles like Bloodborne, Soul Sacrifice, Freedom Wars, Tokyo Jungle, and many more. Writing on Twitter, he said that, as a game creator, my job at a first party was full of happiness. He then continued and said, in the future, I'll be able to make games on any platform. What a strange feeling. I love the unabashed joy and shade he threw in there at the same time.
Man, their loyalty and like just their PR answers, even like they're just so respectful to everybody in their PR answers, and it's just like, tell us how you really feel, dude.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd be mad that a great game like Freedom Wars is stuck only on the Vita. I would be mad.
Oh man, Freedom Wars was good. I like Freedom Wars.
I love it. I love that game.
I would
I
probably still
didn't
be
play
playing it if my Vita didn't die. Rip Vita.
Austin can fix it for you.
Possibly.
No, I made sure it turned on and I traded it in. So
Oh, I remember that story.
yeah, it was awesome. It turned on. It like wouldn't do anything. It would just like turn on because I factory reset it. So it was like making you do all the things, and they just turned it on. They're like, "Oh, it works," and they just threw it in the drawer. And I'm like, "Okay,
Sweet, thank you.
thanks."
thanks.
Feel
All
bad
right, so-
for that kid that gets it.
I kind of wish Ed was here for this one because this next blurb would make him do backflips, considering how he was talking about how it basically saved Konami for Nintendo. Super Bomberman R Online is blasting on the PS4. All right, now hear me out on this one. Super Bomberman R Online was initially announced for Google's ill-fated Stadia streaming platform last year. It wasn't exclusive for the Stadia. And now it's heading to PlayStation 4.
It's also coming to Switch and Xbox, and there's
Hey,
gonna be
I was gonna get there.
I'm just saying there's going to be crossplay. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, truly it is. Yeah, the free-to-play Blow 'em Up will arrive on Sony's system soon, according to the press release, with a confirmed release date promised for the near future. Super Bomberman R Online plays just like the classic Bomberman game, but the twist is that you can battle with up to 64 players online. In other words, it's basically a Bomberman battle royale, and the console version will support crossplay. The battle royale version of Bomberman R will be available on Steam, Switch, Xbox One. Yeah, like Corey said. Thanks for scooping me, bro.
I
Thanks.
didn't mean to jump.
No, I'm
It's free to play, right?
I haven't heard any real details about that.
So there's going to be like bomber passes with like, Kratos and Master Chief in on that skins. How do we make Bomberman like Fortnite? I don't know. Throw some characters people like in there, and
Speaking of Fortnite, did you see that big drop they had of all that news and content they had today?
Yeah,
I know Laura Croft is going to be on there.
Laura Croft is in
Battle
there.
Pass character.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Every time I see a character that I want in Fortnite, I re-download it, forgetting that every skin costs like $30. I go in there, and it's like, I'm gonna run around as Master Chief and Captain America, and I'm like, not spending $70 on them. Goodbye.
I'm so glad that I couldn't get into that game because I would be spending so much money on just skins.
I'd be poor. I'd be selling children at this point because like
I don't understand how people with children get away with it.
I know. They had the Mandalorian. Now they have Lara Croft. Oh,
Didn't they have Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
There's a whole Deadpool season where like it was Deadpool, but then each character each Fortnite character had a different Deadpool skin, where like the bear, like the weird bear skin was Deadpool, and yeah, it
Yes.
was crazy. And then they had like the
Open it.
Batman and Joker and Harley Quinn skins. Like, man,
Joker.
Fortnite is just basically shooter Smash Brothers at this point.
Mhm.
I saw that tweet today. I was like, that's pretty much it. That's
Yeah,
honestly
pretty
what
much.
it is.
Yeah.
But it's like almost better at this point.
Oh God.
No
Oh,
sword
God.
character.
All right. Our final news blurb for tonight is a rather somber one. Founder of Rockstar Leeds, Gordon Hall, has passed away at the age of 51. Gordon Hall, who founded the studio that would become Rockstar Leeds and worked on the likes of Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, Chinatown Wars, and LA Noire, has died at the age of 51. At the time of writing, there has been no cause of death confirmed. Rockstar Leeds, with Hall as the studio president, became Rockstar's handheld specialist, co-developing GTA Liberty City Stories and GTA Vice City Stories. It's really great PSP games. Yeah. And the studio also helped port a number of Rockstar games over the years. Later, that studio would lead the development on GTA China Wars for the Nintendo DS. Everyone here at Crossroads, as well as the Boss Rush Games staff, offer our condolences to Hall's family and friends. And to get the scoop on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our stream chat. Go check them out, and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at @PS_Crossroads. All right. Did we have any questions from the audience tonight? Anything? Now that Dan's guy is gone, he can't question our taste in food.
No.
Let
All right.
me check real quick. I didn't see any. So
All right. Well, and while Austin's verifying that, if you want your questions read on the show, tweet us at @PS_Crossroads or email us at crossroadspspod@gmail.com. I finally got that right without stuttering, tripping over my words, or anything. Wow. I have put our email in the chat for you guys if you want to check it out. Now then, let's go ahead and break.
There's some breaking news about Blizzard if you want it.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Close to 190 employees have reportedly been laid off by Activision Blizzard due to the impact of the pandemic.
Wow.
Please tell me it's not the Tony Hawk people.
Let's see. It's been a tough time. This is at Nintendo Life, but it's also on the other two sites that this company runs. So it's been tough times for a lot of industries over the past year, and perhaps one of the hardest parts of the pandemic for the video game industry has been the cancellation of live shows, including expos and esports events. As these in-person events are no longer happening, Activision Blizzard has made the decision to lay off employees across various departments, according to a report from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. The dismissals supposedly affect less than 2% of the company's total workforce of fewer than 190 employees, including 50 employees who handled esports programming and other live events. It also included cuts to at King.com, the creators of the hit mobile title Candy Crush.
Ooh.
Quote, players are increasingly choosing to connect with our games digitally, and the esports team, much like traditional sports, entertainment, and broadcasting industries, has had to adapt to its business due to the impact of the pandemic has had on live events. So also condolences to those people as well.
Yeah.
I saw. I'm just now looking it up from GameSpot. Following recent news of Activision Blizzard cutting some 50 employees, company CEO Bobby Kotick is poised to receive a huge cash payout to the tune of $200 million. Investors
all that money
No,
he saved in payroll.
The funniest thing, it's not funny, but it's a total Activision move. Activision Blizzard employees based in the U.S. will apparently receive 90 days severance with health benefits for a year and, quote, job transition support. They've also received a $200 gift card for Blizzard's BattleNet service.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
That's.
I'm sorry, it's not funny that people lost their jobs, but this is a total Activision move to include gift card in their severance package.
Jesus Christ. and we wonder and they wonder why people like us are always saying like EA and Activision are fighting to be the number one devil in the industry.
They're just gonna get mercy skins for everything. All of them. It's gonna be mercy skins. Even if it's not an Overwatch, it's gonna be mercy skins.
Jesus Christ! All right, guys, you ready? You ready to break into news and topics?
Hopefully, Jade Raymond picks him up. You know, I don't know if that's our first story, but I was trying to make that a segue.
No, that's the big topic.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want, I want. Let's wait for everybody to get back. But let's go ahead and break into our first topic for tonight. The PlayStation 5 is the fastest selling console in U.S. history for dollar sales. All right, PS5 is the fastest selling console in U.S. history by dollar sales, but the second best selling hardware platform as of February 2021. Now, this is just from the NPD report, because of course we all know the Nintendo Switch continues to hold the lead in the market overall. The NPD group released its monthly report covering the best-selling consoles, video games, and more for February 2021 in the U.S., and the Nintendo Switch leads the charge as the best-selling console for the month, with the PlayStation 5 behind it in second. However, the PS5 did overtake a record previously held by the Switch when it became the fastest-selling console in U.S. history after the NPD tracked total dollar sales after 4 months in the market. 4 months in the market. Fastest selling console. You know what? Actually, before we get into the discussion about this, let me just finish this out. Elsewhere in video game numbers, consumer spending is up in a big way. February 2021, consumer spending across video game hardware, content, and accessories reached a February record of $4.6 billion, 35% higher when compared to a year ago. The NPD also reports read that year-to-date spending totaled $9.3 billion, 39% higher than the same period in 2020. Monthly sales of hardware increased by 121% this February compared to last February for a total of $406 million, which is the highest total since February 2011. Did the console release in 2011? I feel like it did.
It did, I think.
I feel like it did. And honestly, I feel like these numbers are indicative of when like new hardware shows up. That's what I think.
Yeah.
All right. But in February 2011, video game spending reached $468 million. So it's trending high. Video game accessory spending reached $195 million in February 2021 in the US, which is 41% higher than last February, and the PS5 DualSense controller was the accessory with the most dollar sales for the month. And let's just have a reminder: the DualSense controller is not the most expensive controller on the market. let's just remember that. All right. So, question: is it possible that another console, namely PlayStation, could usurp Nintendo's throne, or are we just dreaming while Nintendo schemes about their next system?
You know what? Nintendo is sitting back watching. That's what they do.
Uh-huh.
I know the whole console war between like Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation is pretty hot, but what Nintendo does is they sit back and watch Xbox and PlayStation go at it while they sit back scheming. I noticed that about Nintendo.
You mean drop another limited Mario game that will be gone off the shelves after a year?
Like seriously, it's like they not even in the competition. They just sit back like they in the nosebleed seats and watch Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Xbox. I mean, Nintendo outsold the Xbox One 2-1 in half the time. So, I mean. Let's see. Switch is at 72 million units, and Xbox One sold a little bit under 50, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Nintendo, I feel like everybody has one console or the other, and then a Switch at this point, right? Like it's either like you have a Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, and then you have a Switch, right? Like I feel like that's just the combination, and to me, Nintendo is like, well, if we can be your second console, that means we win because everybody has one of us and
True.
one of the other. You know, I mean,
Right.
we're all enthusiasts, and we will eventually have some sort of combination of all three at some point.
Mhm.
You know, but you know, the average gamer just wants to play like Call of Duty or Madden or something, or you know, maybe well, Avengers is a bad example, but you know what I mean? Maybe a game like Avengers that appeals to everybody will come out and people will play it, right? But I don't know. PlayStation always does well, right? Always launches well, always just does well. PlayStation is the hardcore gamers place to play. You know, they've got the exclusives. You know, as someone who plays almost exclusively on Xbox, unless I'm playing some Nintendo game, right? Like the word I hear with Xbox, have been hearing with Xbox is potential, right? And they have a lot of potential, right? They have a lot of weapons up their sleeve. They have a $300 console. They have Game Pass. They have xCloud. They have a lot of features. They have a ton of backwards compatible titles. Like they have the, you know, they have the bullets in place. They just need the kill shot, which is the exclusives, right? Like that's, and you know, that's what this Bethesda deal was so important, right? Is like they now have some pretty beefy first party games now, right? And they don't have the exclusive lineup that Sony does. And that's been Microsoft's Achilles heel since the end of the Xbox 360 lifecycle, right? Like the last time anybody thought of Xbox's exclusives as amazing was Halo 3, Halo Reach, Gears, Fable 2, Forza, but like you can't survive on those forever, right? And like we talk about when we were talking about Xbox off air, like yeah, Halo might not be the exclusive that it once was, right? It might not be the system seller, but it's also the most important franchise to Xbox as a whole right now because it has been the flagship title since the beginning, right? It's like if Nintendo released, Mario, and Nintendo stopped making Mario games and they handed it off to another company. It just keeps stumbling and stumbling and stumbling, right? And that's how Halo is to the Xbox. And Microsoft just needs to get its ducks in a row, and they need to have hit after hit after hit after hit now, right? Sony's been doing it for so long now, since the end of the PlayStation 3 at this point. And Microsoft's been stumbling, right? They basically just took one last gen and were like, okay, after Halo 5 came out, 2016, they're like, okay, whatever comes out on this console is going to come out, but we need to start fresh, right? And this is when they started getting the gears rolling and stuff. And now
look at them. They have freaking Indiana Jones.
I know. But we talk about that, right? Where like PlayStation doesn't need Indiana Jones because they have Uncharted, right? And they have like 3 versions of Uncharted now, right? Theoretically, right? They could go, spoilers for some Uncharted if you haven't played it, I don't know what you're doing here. They could go a Drake route, right? They could go Drake's daughter's route. They could do a spinoff with Sully and Drake's brother. They could do Drake's daughter, right? They have so many different paths that they could go. They've proven that Uncharted can exist without Nathan Drake.
Man, Sully and Drake's daughter, man. Sully's gonna be in freaking wheelchair with a walker. Hey Austin, we haven't heard from you. What do you say on this?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like we would like to see the numbers. I mean, you can kind of do the numbers in your head and get the idea of it. I don't think they want to put the numbers out until they like have it in stores where everyone can buy them.
Yeah.
Where you can go to a Walmart and see them. In the
how
shelves,
many of these were scalped though? You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to play like the Xbox guy here, but because Xbox is suffering from this problem too. But yeah, it's the fastest selling console, right? But how many of those are still sitting in somebody's basement waiting for them to sell?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that because I know I'm pretty sure Sony has been really dodgy about showing like user data because like every system is like uniquely registered. It's uniquely registered to a primary and a secondary user. So like every PlayStation that you own, you can have up to, I think you can have up to 3 accounts that register it as the primary system.
Mhm.
So we have to wonder, like like out of all these systems sold, like what percentage of usage is out there? Like I host a PlayStation show, but you guys know I try to be as real as possible about stuff like this,
Mhm.
and just like how I'll turn around and say Nintendo's sales number on hardware is kind of bloated because like I know people who have like 5 Switches.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
how many families have like a main Switch for the living room, right, or for dad or for mom, and then the kids each have like a light. You know what I mean? Like that's been Nintendo's key to success since the Game Boy, right? Oh,
yeah.
dad has a Game Boy. Let's re-release a Game Boy Pocket and give one to the kids, right? Or that's been Nintendo's success forever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, well, the Switch has got the stuff that the DS had, because the DS was only, I just looked it up. DS started out at $250, so $50 more, and you have the Nintendo Switch. And parents are, they're able to buy 2 of those for almost the price of an Xbox or a PlayStation. So
That's true.
um,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean
Multiple kids
logically it makes sense. What I was saying is like just in the same like where I criticize like like these things, I also criticize Sony hasn't showed us the unique user data yet for PlayStation 5. So it's the fastest selling system, but it doesn't have the most user adoptability, and that's probably not going to change until they actually get physical systems in the stores on the shelves and stuff like that. And like this is their way to hit back at the scalpers.
Yeah, but the fact that the PlayStation 5, like you can get one at $399, is no easy task for them, right? I mean, they're selling at a loss clearly.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was going to mention that they are selling the system at a loss. So so this is still a big deal as far as like just sales and numbers, like, and eventually because as they start putting out like the Mark IIs of the PlayStations, and I'm not saying like the actual redesigns and stuff like that. The Mark IIs, when they have like different parts, but they're cheaper to manufacture and stuff like that, they're gonna hit some sort of equilibrium.
The Switch has already done that, where there's different internals in the Switches they sell now than they were at launch. Just because those components are cheaper and they phased out the old components. Like the processor in this Switch is a little bit better. It gets more battery life, right? Like instead of 2 to 3 hours, I think it's like 6 to 8 hours now, depending on what game you're playing. It's a game changer, and it's little things like that where, like once they start finding components that are, they don't fail as easy, or they just change out components entirely to make the system more viable. That's when you're going to start seeing these systems, fly off.
Yep, for real. All right. Let's go ahead and bust into our second news topic. And we know what this one can be pretty quick here. PlayStation Communities on PS4 is shutting down.
Darn.
I know.
I actually used it. I used the communities. I'm kind of upset.
Okay. Well, hold on. Sony's announced that PlayStation Communities on PS4 will soon be removed. The social feature that allowed like-minded players to form parties, send each other messages, compare screenshots, among other activities, will no longer be available starting in April. Now, technically, this feature was already removed. Like they removed the Communities app back in March of last year, and it's just finally now getting to the actual infrastructure of the actual PlayStation. And also, they removed the ability to create private parties on PS4. That was one of the first things I missed. As a matter of fact. When I still had my PS4 and I had my PlayStation Plus subscription, I was playing Monster Hunter with my people. That was the first thing I noticed was missing. So all right, so Austin, since you're kind of mourning and lamenting this, I'll let you take the lead on this story. Here's the question. Here's the question though. While Sony is currently selling the PS5 console at a loss, and are we thinking that this is just a cost-cutting measure that Sony is taking to keep the curve relatively flat until PS5 becomes more profitable?
I don't know about that, to be quite honest. But
you gotta remember stuff like this, like server costs and back end stuff, that builds up over time.
I definitely hope that they kind of bring it back for PS5 because the reason why I liked it so much is for the trophy hunter community. Whenever you know,
Says the guy who
when-
just platinumed Horizon
yeah, and
and basically slapped me in the face with the
Spider-Man Miles
gauntlet.
Morales.
Wait! You platinumed that one too?
I gotta play New Game Plus through it again, but I'm
Okay.
considering going ahead and going through it. But
Okay.
anyway, so the reason why I use PlayStation Communities is because for online trophies, so like Far Cry 5, for example, I met a friend named Light Blue Jesus. We've never met in real life, but we help each other get trophies because of this community
Nice.
app. And
Okay.
it's because we were playing Far Cry 5. We both went to the community. We said, hey, we need to do co-op missions together so we can get the platinum. We both hooked up, and we've done that ever since. We've done that for multiple games. So, and what's funny is, like, we've never really even talked either. We just, like, send each other messages like, hey, do you need trophies? Do you have this game? And we'll jump on, and we'll both turn on our mics. We'll be like, did you get the plat? Yep. Did you get the plat? Yep. And that's all of our conversation. So me and Light Blue Jesus had some time with the PlayStation communities, and it was kind of a cool thing. I was on the kind of funny one for a while. I left for other reasons, but you know,
I think we all left for other reasons.
for other reasons. But you know, that kind of community was kind of cool. I mean, if it was still around, I could probably start a Boss Rush community on there. But hopefully they bring back PlayStation 5, and because it for me, it was really just about the trophy support. That was like the big thing, was just like obscure games that no one really plays online, like Far Cry that have online trophies, or Last of Us that had online trophies, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, will you help me get this real quick, and then you just go on.
I'm pretty sure there is a Boss Rush community, and I think it's just me and Ed, because Jesse doesn't have a PlayStation. It was just us two, and we have an Xbox community also, but we never use it because who uses those?
Nellie, did you have any thoughts? Did you have any thoughts on this?
No, because every time I would throw out community help, nobody answered me. So I don't know.
Aw.
I think it's because of my icon. I have an angry cat up there. So.
Angry kitty? An angry kitty?
Help me! Meow.
It does. It has like this long face, like.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So our final news topic for tonight, before we hit our big topic, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade and Resident Evil Village have a live stream coming on the 21st of March. Nellie, thank you for this. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, because I missed it. I missed it. So, Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan has announced a March 21st live stream that focuses on two upcoming PlayStation titles, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade and Resident Evil Village. The hour-long presentation is billed as a talk show that makes you want to play, and goes live at 3 a.m. Pacific Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. It's split in half, with producer Yoshinori Kitase leading the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade segment, and director Morimasa Sato in charge of Resident Evil 7 chunk. Both developers will be joined by other people, including MCs Hatsume Matsushima. Wow, I'm on a roll tonight. I'm getting all these names right. And Takuya Nakamura, as well as model and television personality Kayo Sato. Sony Japan has not specified what will be shown during the Play live stream. That's play with exclamation points at the end. It will be available on the company's official YouTube channel once it goes live on the 21st. All right, so just a quick breakdown. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is an enhanced version of Final Fantasy VII Remake with optimizations like higher frame rates. It stars Kunoichi Yuffie in a new story arc as part of the PlayStation 5 exclusive expansion. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade drops on June the 10th, and then we have Resident Evil Village, which is the latest entry in the long-running Resident Evil franchise, and serves as a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So, see, it's confirmed. It's a direct sequel to RE7. It's made a lot of headlines for its tall vampire antagonist, Lady Dimitrescu. which the internet continues to thirst for. Resident Evil Village launches on May 7th for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. All right, so here's our question for the panels. First question is, what's our outlook about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, and what's our speculation on when Final Fantasy VII Episode 2 will be announced or released? I guess that was two questions.
Well,
Who wants to lead this? Nellie, go.
I still need to play Final Fantasy VII. I actually just downloaded it, so I'm excited. But I've seen like a few little articles, and I'm interested. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. I think as far as an Episode 2 announcement, I think it will happen right when the 1-year exclusivity for Sony for the first episode happens. And I'm hoping that when they announce it, that the game is right around the corner, and not like 5 years from now like they do with Kingdom Hearts.
Well, isn't the exclusivity is up at the end of March, but there's also isn't there a Square proper thing this week or next week or something?
Actually it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. So
wait, it's Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, because I know like the big thing that got leaked, which they just announced early, was that Outriders was coming to Game Pass. So, I don't know, man. I hope they show something of Final Fantasy VII, because like I've been waiting, because I knew it was going to get next gen optimizations. I knew there was going to be some sort of, not interstitial, but some sort of special thing for the next gen. And I'm really excited. I don't really care for the original Final Fantasy VII, but I think the story is really interesting, and I know the combat in 7 is a lot like 15, which I really liked. And I want to see more of Final Fantasy VII. I want to see when this next chapter is coming. I bet.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to announce it now. I think that's more of a E3 or whatever they end up doing instead of E3 type announcement, and it'll come next year.
You think it's an E3 thing?
Yeah, that's pretty. Final Fantasy VII's their biggest thing right now, right? That and Final Fantasy 16 are their two biggest things right now.
Can't wait for that either.
And then whatever Project Athia is going to be.
Yeah, so I mean that's got to be there, unless there's a new Kingdom Hearts coming out at some point in the next 20 years. They have to fully release it for PC first. That's their new thing for Kingdom Hearts right now. Isn't it exclusive to the Epic Store right now?
Yeah, right now, yeah. And and they're charging people upwards of $280 to get it all. And I'm like, man, you guys.
I mean, that's what? A lot of money.
That's how they diss rag the PC community. They always make us pay full price.
That's about how much it costs. That's about how much it costs to get all the games on console.
Is it? No. They're charging. Well, okay, I guess they're charging the new price like they're brand new.
Yeah. Well, the 1.5 and 2.5 HD is $60. 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue is $60. Kingdom Hearts 3, there was like an $80 or $90 edition, and then the DLC for 3 is $30. So that's about right.
Wait, there's DLC for 3?
Yeah, Remind.
Oh,
come on,
okay.
LeRon, catch up on your Kingdom Hearts.
I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan. As a matter of fact, the only other fandom besides Nintendo that gets on my nerves is the Kingdom Hearts fandom.
Then I guess I'm your favorite person.
Well, okay, I was.
Well, Corey, you're like a ginormous Disney kid, so yeah,
that's true.
Kingdom Hearts was right up your alley.
It is. You're right.
And see, everybody know how I am about Disney. It's not up my alley.
The best thing Kingdom Hearts has going for it is the fact that Donald Duck is a wizard, because Donald Duck is
the most powerful character in the Final Fantasy universe. Is Donald?
Yeah,
Duck.
Because Donald Duck is my favorite Disney character.
He's mine too.
The only thing I like about Disney is I know.
Well,
I thought
There's
They got you.
there's
They got
Marvel
that.
and Kingdom Hearts 3. There's Marvel and Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorta, kinda.
Big Hero
Sorta.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, big. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny, I have
All
a
right.
game, but
All right. So the next question about this topic is Resident Evil Village poised to be the best Resident Evil game, or are we just living in a dream? There's a massive
This-
hype. There's a massive hype train for this because I feel like the hype train for Resident Evil 8 is about on the same level as the hype train was for Resident Evil 2 remake. I feel like it is.
I feel like Resident Evil 7 caught a lot of people by surprise
Mhm.
because before that game came out, right? Like Capcom was kind of like in a downward trajectory, and then they started back up with Resident Evil 7, and then Monster Hunter, right, was great, and
Devil
then
May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes were great, right? I mean, well, 3 you can say what you want, right? Like I think my thing with Resident Evil 3, not to go off on a side tangent, is like Resident Evil 3 is not a great game, period, and they remade a game that was not great, right? But it was still, the production of it was great.
Oh yeah.
So,
That makes
like,
sense.
I still count that in their trajectory as on the way up.
Okay.
So
Corey didn't
I
offend me
feel-
too bad because Resident Evil 3 is my favorite Resident Evil.
Well, I'm just saying as like a community. I don't know. I've never played it, so I can't tell you one.
Okay.
I'm just judging by what people have said online, and you fall in those rabbit holes, and like Resident Evil is interesting enough to me to keep up with, but not, I don't want to play it because it's scary type thing.
You don't want to join the challenge that me and Nellie have to do? We have to play Resident Evil 7 with
On
VR.
VR.
Mm.
And we've never
VR.
played the game. We've never played the
Yeah.
game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I loved Resident Evil 7. I loved it, and the VR aspect made it great. I actually had this thought the other day why I'm so excited about Resident Evil 8, and it's because
You
the
have that
same
connection
reason
to RE7.
Yes, but it's also the same reason, like, this is where my mind went. It's the same reason I watch all the Paranormal Activity movies. It's because I saw the first one, and every time we keep going to the second and the third and fourth, we find out more about the root of what is going on. And I feel like 8, it's the village. It's like where the kind of curse started it, and that to me is the most interesting part of like horror games. Is like not there's zombies walking around, or this person's cursed, whatever. I want to know where the curse started from, and that's where I think I'm getting with 8, and that's why I'm excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
That's agreeable.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are hyped about 8 because 7 was better than a lot of people expected. Resident Evil 2 was great, and now Village is kind of giving people Resident Evil 4 vibes mixed with what Austin said, and like that just gets people really excited. Also, linebacker Chris Redfield might be a werewolf, so
Linebacker Chris Redfield.
Chris Thickfield.
Or what does Nellie like to call him? What would you like to call him?
Chris Thickfield.
I swear. Okay. Special note here. Final Fantasy VII Remake is currently on sale for $30 at Walmart. Also, check out walmart.com. If you're looking for a cheaper way to get the PS5 enhancements when that edition launches in June, this is the best offer to jump on right now. Like, this $30 is the lowest I've seen Final Fantasy VII drop to, because I think the lowest I've seen it hit was $50.
It was 40 on PSN a couple of months ago, like around.
Oh, was it?
Christmas
Oh, did
time
they have
it
it?
was.
They had a sale.
Mhm.
Okay.
If
All
you
right.
still have your PS4, it's actually free right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't get the PS5 upgrade.
True.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shut up.
What? One final thing, Nellie. You remember that? You remember when Ellen took one of her staffers to that haunted ride? You ever saw the commercial, the video of that? She took one of her staffers to that haunted ride at one of the amusement parks, and
Yes.
he was a freaking basket case. I feel like that's how we're gonna be when we play
Yes.
Resident Evil VR.
You know what's funny?
Please record that with like one of them, dark cameras where like like the ghost hunters use
The night vision,
vision cameras.
You know what's funny? I was playing Resident Evil 2 about 3 days ago, and I opened the game and I was in the hallway with Leon, And all of a sudden, I hear the footsteps, and I screamed so
It
loud
was
in my
Mr. X.
cousin's ear.
Mr. X.
Yeah, I screamed so loud. I was like, I don't see him. Where is he at? She was like, calm down. And then I got so scared. I was like, come on, Alan. And I was like, who the hell is Alan? She was like, you mean Leon?
I was just playing Alan Wake.
I embarrassed myself so bad.
All right. All right. All right. It's time for the big topic. And this is a good one. This is a good one because were we talking about it on Boss Rush pod? Yeah, we were because it was a few weeks ago when Logan was on with us, and remember we mentioned this name, so it's crazy that this name popped up. Jade Raymond forms a new studio and is working on an unannounced IP for PlayStation. All right, Jade Raymond.
That's a great get for them. First of all,
yeah,
What?
yeah. Well, here's the thing about it. Like.
No, I'm reading what in the chat.
I don't want to know. Was this some sort of LAN party episode where they were talking about this? I don't.
No. Jesse just mentioned a movie that I haven't thought about in years. He says the best Disney movie of all time is Rocket Man, and I can't think of that guy's name, but I know he's the guy who drinks the pee in Dumb and Dumber. He drinks it on the bottom. Me and Jesse are on the same wavelength. Wait, Mark.
I need an Oreo.
I told you guys, welcome to Crossroads. This is how we roll.
Jesus. Oh, what is happening?
Why hasn't Boss Rush proper pulled the plug on us yet?
By the
too
way,
lazy to do that.
Jesse's coming on LAN party this Thursday.
Oh boy!
We may have to talk about this.
All right, guys, let's put our game face on for this. This is the big topic. This is the real deal here. Jade Raymond has announced the formation of an independent studio called Haven, and it already has its first project booked, a new IP for PlayStation platforms. The new studio is based in Montreal, and its project is backed completely by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Raymond published the announcement on the PlayStation blog. While it's mostly devoted to her new studio's outlook and philosophy, she does mention that Sony's commitment to excellence is unmatched, and that the game has their backing and support. The blog was also addressed specifically at the PlayStation community, suggesting the new IP will be some form of exclusive. All right, in her words, Jade said, "We want to create worlds where players can escape, have fun, and express themselves and find community. We want to pour our passion into a project. We want to make something wondrous for people to experience. Because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives." She also said that the studio is named after her outlook for that games are a haven for players. The blog also noted that it's been a strange and difficult year due to the pandemic, social injustices, and job elimination. Of course, that sparked some self-reflection and questions about whether she wants to be involved in game development, and she concluded that this is still important for her. The point about job elimination may hit close to home because Raymond was recently impacted herself. She had been attached to Google's ambitious Stadia Studios initiative, but the company recently shut down that entirely. It wished her the best of luck, being Google, but we never saw what her team was planning for Stadia exclusive games. Jade's extensive resume in gaming includes work on multiple. I got tongue-tied, of course. Jade's extensive resume in gaming includes work on a multitude of gaming titles, including The Sims Online, Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, Assassin's Creed Unity. She was the Assassin's Creed person. Mm-hmm. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, Watch Dogs, Far Cry 4, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. And she was actually in my favorite studio. Why do I always forget their name?
If it's their favorite studio, how do you forget?
The Dead Space studio.
Visceral.
Vicarious.
Visceral. Thank you. I don't know why I was thinking volatile. I don't know why. Wow, I'm like
Visceral.
their biggest. I'm like their biggest fan, and I keep forgetting their name. Jeez, like I suck. Okay, one of the lines, me personally, I loved that when I read her blog and the announcement was this one. Several people have asked me, after all these experiences, do you still want to be in the games industry? The answer is always an unwavering yes. The games industry is where I belong. Like I said, Logan and I were talking about this a few weeks ago on one of the episodes of the Boss Rush podcast, and Logan basically called that Jade Raymond may show up at PlayStation. So this is incredible. Even though technically she's independent, but she's working on her the first project is an IP for Sony.
It's a Kojima situation, right? I mean, it's similar, like I mean, I think it was that same episode where Logan and I were talking, like, if you're one of the first parties first party publishers and you're not calling Jade Raymond right now, you're a fool. And I mean, I wonder if, like, I wonder how many companies called her and asked her to come work for them. Also, I hope that she gets to make the game she wants, because the last game that she worked on that actually shipped while she was still at the studio was Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yeah.
I mean, she worked on Battlefront. She worked on the story for Squadrons a little bit because she was at Motive, but she left before those games came out to go work at Google. So I just hope she gets to make the game that she wants, and it's great. Because it's been a while.
Yeah, same here.
We still want another Splinter Cell game, by the way.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But you want
Michael Ironside, though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know the reason why he wasn't Sam Fisher in the last game, right?
I don't know the whole story behind it. I've heard
he had throat cancer, and he's being treated for cancer.
He was recovering for throat cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all that low, gruff voice.
But that's Sam Fisher, though. That's the Sam Fisher we love.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, we're not even about to start that. Go ahead.
Sam Fisher is in both Ghost Recon games and Rainbow Six now. This is ridiculous. Where's my Splinter Cell game?
We want David Hayter back to us, Snake. Okay, go ahead.
We might, if that rumor that Blue Point's remaking Metal Gear Solid, we might be. That'd be awesome.
We need that rumor to be true. We need that rumor to be true.
We don't need Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Well, you notice that Kiefer Sutherland was playing the fake Solid Snake, right?
Yeah, I don't care who he was playing. We don't need him.
Well, the fake Big Boss. My bad. The fake Big Boss.
You could get the guy that plays Patrick Star and SpongeBob to play Snake. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants David Hayter.
That's true.
Nintendo was smart enough to get David Hayter to play Snake. Why isn't Konami? You know what I mean?
Konami. No, I'm gonna be nice, because you never know. Someone from Konami might be listening to us, and this could be our make or break moment. And we get sponsorship.
They're too busy wiping down their gym chairs, and they're collecting money from their insurance companies. They're not making games. When the last game they actually tried to make was Metal Gear Survive, come on, they don't care.
I feel like even Kojima doesn't want to return to that now, thanks to what Konami's done to it.
Oh no,
he's done.
I don't think so either. I'm excited about this move, and I saw David Jaffe, who's made games for PlayStation 4. He tweeted this. He said, "Jade Raymond lands at PlayStation, and once again I say this: other pubs will offer you the moon, but they can't help you build the ship to get there. Sony can and consistently does, because they manage creative process better than anyone else in the biz." So to me, like, I think we're gonna get, the game that Jade Raymond wants to get, because they let Hideo Kojima have his game. I mean, who else could sell that kind of a game where it's like, hey,
let's think about
let's
think about this for a moment. Let's think about this for a moment. Sony has actually been making some of these developers' dreams come true, because Yu Suzuki and freaking Shenmue 3.
Yeah,
they let the team develop The Last Guardian for 11 years. Okay, They're gonna let Jade Raymond and Hideo Kojima make their games.
They let them make Last Guardian. Now they cut them afterwards, but they let them make it. Like, we cannot do that again.
But to be fair, they let Kojima make the game he wanted, and he made it. He made it in what, 3.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's while fending off advancements from Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what made him go faster.
Sony's like, hey, we have a good motivational tool here. Let's get Jeff Keighley in the office for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Hope Jeff Keighley's pants hide dirt because his knees are dirty. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, I was trying to pull it up, but I thought I saw a little bit of salt from Sessler about the whole Jade Raymond thing, but I can't seem to find it.
He's just a salty human being in general.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of like why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free or something like that. I gotta find the statement because I know I'm bastardizing it the way I'm saying it, but basically it sounded salty. It was like it was like a power grab for Sony, and I'm like, how do you know it was a power grab for Sony? Sony probably did make the move to they probably did make the initial invitation to her, but she probably saw it as a good deal.
What is it? I'm blocked from Adam Sessler, so
yeah.
But what did he say about Xbox buying Bethesda? Why,
oh yeah.
Why is
Microsoft
a power trip?
Yeah, Microsoft's swinging their $7.5 billion deck around the table. Like, Sony needs to do something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, this is huge though for them. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Bethesda huge, but it's
it's not Bethesda huge. But I don't see how anyone can hate this just because you're letting Jade Raymond make whatever game she wants to make. Mm-hmm. And that's what Hideo Kojima got, and they got Hideo out of a bad situation, and clearly they got Jade out of a bad situation with Sega. So
they didn't let her fall into obscurity. Yeah,
I'm sure her severance from Google is paying for this entire project plus their next one. I'm excited to see what it is, though.
Me too. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well. Any other final thoughts on this before we move on?
Nah.
All right. The last thing I'm going to add to this is, as CEO and founder of Haven Entertainment Studios, Jade Raymond ended her announcement by letting the community know that together, we, meaning her studio and Sony Interactive Entertainment, want to create games that are a haven for players, and we want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. So this is exciting news. Whenever you have people that are actually people focused, we probably will see less situations of crunch and other ridiculousness that happens in the industry. We'll actually see games that the actual gamers will love. So I'm all for it, and hey, Jade, welcome to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, should we do this rumor control or should we just let it be?
I would say
whatever you want to do.
I was gonna say just let it be.
All right,
let's just let it be.
Okay. All right.
Let it be.
You know what? We'll put it up. Actually, I think there's an article on the Boss Rush Games website about this, so I'll try and find it and send it to you guys there. But basically, rumor control tonight was supposed to be about is Sony angling towards their own version of Smell-O-Vision. Like, head to Boss Rush Games, head to the BossRushGames.com website. You should see an article. I believe our very own David Lasby wrote the article on it. Check it out, and then get back to us at PS_Crossroads. Let us know what you think about it. My only question is Sony up to something and set to make a new innovation with gaming technology, or does this not pass any sort of the sniff test?
I wonder if you that 4D stuff, It's kind of
I couldn't even. I couldn't
Resident
even
Evil. You start smelling the nasty slugs in your food and whatever.
Wait a minute. You might know that What? Okay, you've been to Disney plenty of times, Corey. What's the
Mhm.
ride that you get on and you can just smell everything? And they got the elephants and every
Oh,
Sora,
it's Soren.
Sora.
Yeah.
There you go. I was like, this is terrible.
I
The smell,
I mean,
like, oh god.
well, they're probably not going to do anything with it, but I would say please don't focus on this and just focus on making the VR one wire, maybe wireless even, and just making it easy to use and
Man,
good.
do you know the latency issues you'd have with that though if it was wireless?
Well, at least just one wire, because the VR now is a mess. It's a mess. You got two HDMI's. You got another box going on. I don't even like playing with it because I'm like, ugh, I gotta pull that all out. No, thank you. No,
Nick,
thank you.
Nick in the chat talking about smelling Crash Bandicoot shoes.
Oh god.
After you die, they fly up in the air.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, guys. What's everybody on the Crossroads crew been playing tonight? Corey, you're the guest here, so you let us know what have you been playing. And don't say Photoshop
No,
because I know you have been playing Photoshop.
I have. It's sad. I live a sad life. I've been playing a lot of Destiny, honestly. It's kind of really it. I've been checking out a lot of the Bethesda stuff because it came to Game Pass recently. So I downloaded a bunch of stuff. But honestly, it's really just been Destiny. I'm waiting. I re-downloaded the Outriders demo though, because that's also coming to Game Pass day one. So I am going to give it another whirl, as they say. That game though, man, I want to like this game, but I'm just gonna leave it at that because we'd be going on for another hour about the things that I don't know how I feel about this game.
Is calling it problematic being too nice?
It's a word that you could use to describe this game in some areas.
Hi.
I want it to be good though. Like I like People Can Fly. Like Bulletstorm was great. I liked Gears Judgment for what it was. Like they do cool, interesting things, right? But man, this game, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I love Bulletstorm, so I thought maybe we would get some interesting stuff out of here. But after what I've seen and just what I've heard, I'm just.
They say ass a lot.
Like so that
just
part
like,
of Bulletstorm is coming over.
Yeah, just like randomly, like it doesn't even make sense the way they use it. Like, what the ass? And I'm like, no, nobody says
That doesn't even make sense.
Nick is right in the chat. They need Cliffy B. Is what they need. They need Cliff Blazinski, 100%.
You know what? Cliffy B used to be the man as far as I was concerned. He used to be the man.
He still is. Lawbreakers was an underrated gym. And so was that Battle Royale where you could ride BMX bikes. Okay.
I never played Lawbreakers.
Oh, it was basically like a anti-gravity Overwatch.
Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, what you been
I
playing?
would give Outriders.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would give Outriders a chance if it was free on PlayStation, and then I guess I could download it on my OG Xbox One. But
do you really want to do that? Though?
I don't really want to do that.
That's
like apparently it's not coming to Game Pass on PC, so I can't mess with it.
No, they got to make some money. They got to try to sell something.
I would play on a Games Pass if it's on PC, but no. I finished since last week. I think I finished Astro Bot. I got the platinum in that. And then I finished Spider-Man Miles Morales actually right before we started recording. I have not platinumed it, but finished the story, and then I think I got like some epilogue stuff going on, but I'll have to do that tomorrow when I get home from work. And then
Oh my
I've
god.
played some Call of Duty Black Ops online multiplayer. Way better than the PS4 version. You can tell it's clearly was ready for next gen and not, or current gen and not last gen now.
Okay, I know this is a PlayStation store, but I just checked Game Pass and Near Automata is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been on
Yeah.
Xbox for like 6 months, I think.
Oh, it
The
has.
fact that getting-
So we're getting your leftovers basically.
By the way,
Uh-huh.
after the games they add this week and next week in Outriders, there are 380 games on Xbox Game Pass right now.
they did not come to play. And they got Octopath Traveler coming. I was
know.
like, what? What?
Wait, Octopath
Yeah,
Traveler is coming.
Yep, on Games Pass.
Coming to
I'm
PC
so-
Which
also.
makes me wonder.
I am
really?
so
I
glad
just
I
thought
held
about
out.
it.
I am so glad I held out
Mhm.
on that game.
Yeah.
But that does
I
make me
wanna
wonder
play
if we are getting a PlayStation version somewhat down the line, or is it
Of
because it was
Octopath?
coming to PC and now it's going to be on Games Pass?
Well, it's already on PC.
hmm
Oh, is
It's
it
been
already
on,
on
it's
PC?
been on PC for
Yeah.
years, for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if we're getting a PlayStation version soon.
I bet this is one of those games that Microsoft paid for like 3 months of exclusivity for Game Pass, and then it'll come to PlayStation this summer.
That makes sense. Makes
Because
sense.
that game, like I know it was a Switch exclusive for a while, but that game is a PlayStation game. It feels like it just feels like.
Oh, I
It should be.
didn't get to finish it, but the whole time I was like, man, if the Vita would have just had this, if the Vita
Yeah.
would have just had this, I would have been all over it.
Right? Yeah.
Vita lives.
Vita lives for a little bit.
Nellie, what you been playing?
I killed 6 patients in 2-point hospital.
Okay, hold on. We need some details. Like how badly did you kill these patients? Because you know, there's I messed up, and then there's like they paid the ultimate price.
there's dead, and then there's like they dead.
Yeah, they did. Like,
Did someone get ripped apart in an MRI machine? What happened?
the little I was trying to treat him for lightheadedness. Oh yeah. And I guess my doctor wasn't fully trained.
For lightheadedness? Hold on. I feel like lightheadedness can be easily diagnosed though.
Well, when you don't have the right people. So now you see ghosts like. So yeah,
Wow.
that's what's going on.
Oh my god. Anything else? Please tell me there's like some happiness somewhere else in your gaming.
I got chased by Mr. X, so that tells you right there. So no other happiness. Just
Oh.
sad and scary.
Oh god.
Wow. Oh man, that's funny.
You gotta open up the skull to fix it.
You can open up the skull to fix that. Jesse in our chat is just having too much fun tonight. As far as me, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and thank you, Austin, because like now you basically put the fire under my ass to keep playing the
Right.
game. I mean, what is this like your 6th game you've beaten this year?
I think Miles Morales might be my 6 actually. I think it might be
Awesome.
my number 6 game.
I swear
So-
you took Ed's challenge for
You took,
real.
I was
Though.
just about to say, yeah.
You
Well,
getting them
I-
Yoshi? What are you gonna do with them Yoshi coins? Because
Nothing. I do nothing.
Hey, well, I know this. You're making Ed's day, man. Whenever you turn around and say you beat a game, man, I know. I feel Ed just falling further and further in love with you because I think you're the only one that's taking this challenge seriously.
Well, mine really isn't a challenge. Mine is like I've been doing this all year where I've been posting like movies and books and TV shows and video games that I've watched and played and read, and so I've actually read more books than played video games, which I'm sort of proud of. But my thing was for like the last 3 years is I keep just like mind-numbingly playing games where I'm not really focusing, I'm not really paying attention to games, I'm not finishing them, I'm just playing whatever. And this year I wanted to change that and just really focus and actually watch stuff and get through
Get the
stuff
actual
and read
substance.
stuff. Yeah, get the substance. So Yeah,
That makes
that's
sense.
kind of why I started doing it this year. Was like listing all the games I played and stuff.
I have a different ulterior motive. You know, after our showing last year at the year-end review, I was like, man,
Oh yeah, that was also another thing.
we gotta beat more games before we can talk about games because
Yeah.
it's terrible putting up a top 10 when you haven't beaten 10 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm trying to get better.
and that's the other thing. Like, I wanted with the PS5 new generation. I really wanted to. I told you at the beginning, LeRon, like I told you about this, that I'm only gonna buy one game at a time and wait till I finish it, and then don't buy another game until I find a
You
game
know
I'm
what?
really gonna be
I need to
interested
learn how to do
Your
that.
your bank account is going to love you because for the next 4 months it's nothing like multiple releases. No,
in. Right.
To
Well-
to Austin's point, the only game I've purchased this year is Super Mario 3D World so far. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, I bought Miles Morales this year, which that was a last year game, but until then, I'm playing all the free PlayStation games we're getting, and then I'm gonna play whatever PS4 backlog until Returnal comes out, and then Ratchet and Clank comes out, and then which Nintendo is like a whole other beast. Nintendo, I'm not following that rule because there's so many like indie games I want to pick up and stuff like that, but
you know what?
It's freaking Mario coins, man. You spend more money and then you get like, oh, I've got like $2 worth of coins on here. Like
I know. It's like I might as well spend the extra $3 and get this $5 indie game that I'm never gonna touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Horizon Zero Dawn is if I keep doing what I'm doing, I can probably have it beat by sometime next week. If I keep going the way I'm going, but like side projects and things, come up and stuff like that. So it kind of digs into my time. Like as soon as I wrap the show tonight, I'm probably gonna jump on for maybe an hour and pray I don't fall asleep while playing it.
You have to finish it before Monster Hunter comes out because you're never gonna stop playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is in 10 days. What am I gonna do, guys?
I don't know. You want to sit with my wife while she gives birth to a child so I can play some games. No joke though. When my daughter was born, Captain Toad came out that day, and I ended up playing like 5 worlds of Captain Toad while we were sitting there waiting to deliver the kid. It was awesome.
Oh, look at this! You're actually on the you're actually on the show, and I actually plugged you in our stream deck.
Me?
Yeah. Look at the chat right now. Wait, that says follow Nellie on Twitter at IamHD.
That's not me.
Oh man. Sorry.
I'll my Twitter.
I'll make it better for you next time.
It's Nellie in HD now.
Yeah.
Nellie in HD. Yeah.
I might have to steal that handle now. Planet Nelly in HD.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight, guys. We'd like to go ahead and give a big thanks to everyone that tuned in to us at Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Thank you to everybody in our Twitch chat tonight that was hanging out with us. A couple of quick shout outs for our chat tonight. Chup Life Nick, definitely. Thank you. Our very own Phantom NSX, Jesse. Thank you. YA was out there. I saw you. I think you're gone now. Hyperion Overwatch. Thank you guys for checking it out. Don't forget. Here's your reminder. Boss Rush Games. Head over there. Take a look at all the content that Boss Rush has to offer. There's something for everybody now. We're growing. We're getting more diverse. We actually have full blown reviews and articles now up on our site too. So check that out.
Can I just say I've seen more Fortnite on BossRushGames.com in the last week and a half than I have ever.
Hey, you gotta go where the people are at.
I
There's
know.
a lot of people on Fortnite.
I want those Joy-Con. I want those Joy-Cons, except for the yellow one has a damn banana guy on it, and I'm just like, man, I don't want that.
I still want the Monster Hunter Joy-Cons, but I feel like that ship has passed because I made the conscious decision. Nintendo's getting ready to drop a new system anytime now, so I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch until I know it's on the new hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. So yeah.
I can't believe they didn't do it with Monster Hunter. I'm shocked.
Yeah, make separate Joy. Oh, you mean make a new system or make separate Joy-Cons?
No,
because
that Monster Hunter isn't a system seller for the new Switch.
You think
You know what I
the
mean?
other Monster Hunter game will be the Generations one?
Stories?
Or
No.
yeah, stories.
Nah, I don't think so either. Nah.
Mm-mm. I bet this one gets upgrades for that one. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn this to Power Block, but just saying.
Oh no, it's whatever. It's
You're
whatever.
I turned to Ed.
We wound up weaving in and out of all the shows anyway on Crossroads. Like we wound up talking, and that's the cool thing about it. It's like we're not a bunch of PlayStation snobs. We'll talk about the other game systems. Might not be the best talk about them, but talk about them.
I mean, I'm kind of a Vita snob, but
Man, Josh and I were talking about Vita Island the other night. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Nobody's there." I'm like, "Austin will be there."
I live there. I look like Tom Hanks for there right now.
his Vita is his Wilson.
Yeah.
All right. Well, even though I put everybody's plugs in the chat, go ahead and tell us where we can find everybody at. Corey.
You can find me on Twitter at IamCorinHD. You can find me hosting Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast, Standard Definition, and of course the Boss Rush podcast, and floating around on the rest of them. So there's a show every day now. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, and Hunters for Hire is coming. Like Jacob and I are recording the first episode sometime this week.
Sweet. Also, we have a new show. We're talking about it. So me and
oh man, I can't wait. I
know.
Nellie.
You can find me on Twitter at Planet Nellie. Nellie is spelled N3LLIE. You can find me on Twitch at Bratface_87, and Nellie in HD might be my OnlyFans. We don't know yet.
Since I came up with a name, do I get premium access?
Oh my gosh.
Austin,
God.
Do I get a cut?
Corey's about to be your manager. Nellie, you better watch it. If you don't give him 20 hours of content a week,
Oh, God.
Don't get an ankle
That's
picture.
a lot of content. You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter. With that, you can find every other thing that I'm on. Check out Lamb Party. That's my home. That's my original podcast with Logan and Nick. Before I came here, and you've all seen Logan before, so check that out. It's kind of like it's basically just a show where we talk about anything. We don't really talk about video games all that often, since we talk about video games everywhere else. But and just about people having fun. We get to know you in the most like insane ways, not the not the important ways like about what you're doing or anything, but like kinky stuff, food stuff, all that stuff.
Kinky food stuff, guys. Kinky food stuff.
kinky food stuff. Yeah.
Whatever Logan has on the table,
Is that Lamb Party's Patreon exclusive show, Kinky Food Stuff?
Well, I guess you can check out my interview with Celeste, my 1v1. That was the most recent 1v1 that came out, where I explained that we had to call it Lamb Party because if we would have reversed the letters, it could have been Anal Party. So it could have been a lot worse.
Wow.
All right, guys. As usual, I'm
It's time
Exodus
to go to
803. What's that?
Yeah, it is. It's
time to go to
bedtime.
bed.
You can find me on social media at Exodus803. That also, thank you for hanging out tonight on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Exodus803. I promise you we'll be back next week. And real fast, Boss Rush Games is calling all writers. If you are passionate about video games, you enjoy writing, and are hoping for a place to publish, email us at opportunities@brg@gmail.com. I'm putting that in the Twitch chat for you guys right now so you can see it and apply. If you're curious about what we do, check out bossrushgames.com today. That link's already in the chat. Don't forget about our other shows and editorials available at bossrushgames.com. And if you can't get enough of hanging out with us come be a member of our Discord. It's simply called the Boss Rush Games Discord. And I'm putting that link in the chat right now for you guys as well. Like, here's the invite link. Have at it. We love to hear from you. You can always chat with us and keep the conversation going by hitting us up on Twitter at PS_Crossroads, where we hold it down more news, events, and topics. Sometimes Corey is there. And that's it for tonight. The Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night. Go out there, play games, be better. Have a great night, guys. We'll be back here next week. So long.
Bye-bye now.
Later.
Oh my God.
Popsicles.